So targeting can kind of be an art and a science sometimes, and
Yeah.
I think there's a few factors involved in that. Number one depends on purely who you're targeting and what you want to test, I'd say. So if there's like certain variables you want to split test, then you would separate those out on a campaign level. And then I'd say pretty common is targeting by like a persona. So organizing your targeting and your audience based on who are the different personas I want to target. And then it's kind of a factor on how much budget do I have. Budget can play a factor in terms of like how segmented should I get. And the more segmented you are, the more you're going to spread out your data across your campaigns. And that's number one that you have to analyze, roll back up to analyze, or that the algorithm is going to have to optimize over. So if you spread it out too much, especially on LinkedIn being a more expensive platform, you might water down your data and then it's harder to read. And then the algorithm doesn't have enough to kind of play with there. So because of that, targeting can kind of be an art and a science. You probably want most people, and our approach is typically surrounding personas, and then it's depending on how much budget there is, how granular we want to get in our different campaigns, so that we can split test them. This is the Power My Analytics podcast, and we're a heavy user of Power My Analytics, and I'll acknowledge like it's a great tool to be able to pull your data back out of LinkedIn to analyze it, and then make some of those data-driven decisions like that to analyze how it's performing. Because the granularity of your campaigns, sometimes you're going to put more inside a campaign, and then you have a bunch of different variables inside a campaign. You need to then go back into that and see how those different variables are performing, so that you can understand, maybe I need to drop one of these targeting categories and make a decision based off that. LinkedIn itself gives you a surprisingly little amount of data in their ads manager. So tools like PMA are great because you can then pull that data back out, put it into a dashboard or a sheet, analyze it yourself to see some of those breakdowns and get more specifics that you might not have.